Oh, that's so much damage. Hi everyone. I've been grinding Ayaka materials for the past few days, and thanks to the wonderful peeps on my Discord for letting me yoink their materials, she's finally at a level where I'm happy with. And let me show you her build right now. She's at Ascension 6, level 80 out of 90. There really is no point going up to level 90, so I'm not gonna do that. But she does have 2000 attack, about 25% crit rate, 231% crit damage, and a bit of ER. That is just enough for me. And the reason I have such low crit rate is because I'm getting a bunch of crit rate from the Blizzard Strayer set as well as the Cryo Resonance. And the Blizzard Strayer set is definitely the best set on her. But let's talk about weapon first. I'm using the Amenoma Blade at level 90 Refinement 1. This is such an amazing weapon because it's giving you a lot of offensive stats and just enough energy generation for Ayaka to spam her ult. You gain a stack of the passive every time you use her skill and refunds you some energy when you use her ult. This passive is what makes the sword better than all of the other 4-star weapons, and I think it's really underrated right now. Ayaka's ult is her largest damage source, and this weapon allows her to spam her ult without sacrificing too much damage. As you will see later in the showcase, this weapon is really good. But let's get back to the artifacts right now. I'm mostly focusing on crit damage and getting just enough crit rate, and as you can see, they're not amazing in terms of substats, but it's good enough. I'm also running a attack stance, a cryo damage bonus, a goblet, and a crit damage circlet. I have no constellations, and her talents are at 10, 6, 10. As you can see, my build is totally achievable by anyone, and can even be better if your artifact luck is a little bit better than mine. I'll show you the amazing things this build can do right now, and this proves fancy 5-star weapons aren't really necessary to play the game. This build is amazing, and you'll see in a second, Ayaka basically clearing floor 12 with one rotation. I'll also be talking about some tips and tricks and combos, as well as my team comps after the showcase. They are going to massively improve your Ayaka's damage, so stay tuned for that. Alright, roll the clips.
Come see the night sky, what a sight. Let's stay like this till the sunrise. The sun, the moon, and stars hold me tight. Just make a wish, you should be surprised. Look at the sky, come on, let's pass it by. I catch a falling star, we'll travel even far. Dashing into what else can we do? Take what is true to love. なんて思わないでよね。ミオなら特製ドリンクじゃ。失礼。歌よ錦となれ。雨描き方し。ここだよ。風だ。踊りなさい。桜吹雪。足元に気を。失礼。
Alright. I hope I demonstrated how strong Ayaka can be even at a free-to-play level. And I want to touch on some tips when playing Ayaka and some team comps I would recommend. Very important thing that you might have missed is that after Ayaka comes out of her dash, and when her dash hits an opponent, Ayaka gains 18% cryo damage bonus for 10 seconds. It's really important that you hit the dash or else you lose out on 18% cryo damage. You can do what I do here, starting off with Ayaka dashing into the enemy, and then switching to Xingqiu, and then into Diona, and then into Kazuha, and then switch back to Ayaka to use her EQ, and you would have just enough time before the buff from the Ascension passive wears out. You could also use her E into dash into ult, or ult into E, which is slightly faster. Then you're guaranteed to hit the buff onto your ult, which guarantees the damage. You might also notice me in the showcase, using 2 normal attacks then charge attack, and 4 normal attacks then a charge attack. The 2 combos basically deal the same damage per second, with N2C dealing just a little bit more damage, so you can choose one or the other, depending on the situation. Say if you want to save your stamina, then use N4C, and if you need to switch to your support sooner, or want to deal as much damage as possible, then use N2C. And this is the team I'm running right now, with Ayaka, Diona, Xingqiu, and Venti, but you could also substitute Diona with any crowd character, say Ganyu or Chi-Chi, or Kai or even Changyin. And instead of Xingqiu, you could also use Mona, which I don't have, or even Barbara. And Barbara can also carry the Three-Ring Tails, which gives you a massive attack buff. And the last slot is really flexible. I have Venti here because he also refunds some energy for Ayaka, and his crowd control is amazing, and he also does a lot of damage. But you can really use any support in this slot. Say Bennett, Zhongli, Kazuha, they would all work. Here are some examples of the team comps I've talked about, and as you can see, as long as you have a Hydro character to maintain the freeze, the other 2 spots are really flexible and you can really run whatever you want. You could also try out some mob comps, but without another cryo character to battery Ayaka's ult, her ult charges really slowly, so just be aware of that. If you enjoyed the video, or if my tips and tricks helped you out, please leave a like, subscribe for knowledge, and I'll see you next time. Bye!